I am Elise and I'm from the Diamond District store in Oakland. I've been there for about 9 months. Before that I was at the Domingo store and I spent a little time in the coffee department, so I've had 3 years at Peet's. My favorite coffee is actually Guatemala. It's my favorite because it's so reminiscent of what should be a good coffee from the Latin American region, and it's it's got full body, it's got acidity, it's really complex for a single origin, and it was Mr. Peet's favorite, which I always enjoy telling customers when I recommend it to them. It was like once I got to the regional level, it was great because one of my competitors there was also like a former roommate of mine, so we had this support system, which was great. My dad showed up, so having the support was like amazing, and I just felt more at home in myself and my own skin. So the transition really happened there, and it worked for me because I felt more present during my performance, and then afterwards I was just like, this is what I need to stick with. It's like really remembering, like, this is my company, this is who I am, I wear this apron every day, I'm good at this, I can do this. Just to, really be curious, stay curious and keep tasting, try new things, and do it with your coworkers, do it with the customers. It's like that's your role, and you can really have so much fun at work doing that and learn new things every day. All of my leaders at Peet's, I've had a few managers, Yvonne Jurgens for teaching me so much in my first couple years at Peet's, not just about the barista role, but about being a leader and coffee and everything, showing so much passion. My other managers, Millette and Coy, and of course Doug and Shireen, who taught me incredible amounts of coffee knowledge. It's like overwhelming. But also, my dad, because he just shows up, as a dad should do. I chose the Creative Growth Arts Center in downtown Oakland. It's a center that has basically art studio space and learning resources for adults with disabilities, physical, mental, emotional. I chose it because, art has always played a role in my life that's very healing and expanding, and I just think that it's there to enrich, and I really just want to support that in my community.
I got to learn a little bit about Elise. She spent 3 years here with us, and she started out at the store, not Diamond, started at Domingo, and then was a barista there. And then she had the opportunity to become a tasting room assistant. And then the thing is, she loved the stores so much, you guys, and she missed the stores, that she is now a shift lead at the Diamond District store. And when she shared with me that how much she loved the stores, I was like, yes! Because as Pat said, it's where it happens, right? That's where the magic happens in the store. It's the interaction between our customers and our employees, and between our employees as well. So thanks for making that magic happen in the stores more than anything else. I also want to share with you that as a shift lead, I know that she runs a fantastic shift in the store. She's super passionate about coffee. She's inspiring in that way, and she teaches her team, and she leads them well. And so we're really, really proud of her and really pleased at what she's able to contribute to our store and to our district and to our company. I love that you love the stores. I love that you love the company. And I think what's really cool is Elise is really real. She's very sincere. You could tell that by way of that video, couldn't you? She's such a real person. So we're really, really proud of you, and very grateful for all that you've done for us. And I think you really, truly paint the picture of what it means to be a barista, and not just a competitor, but a champion here at Peet's Coffee. So thank you very, very much. And without further ado, I'll leave it to you. So.
Thanks. All right, let's go. Time. Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming. Thanks, Gina and Kay, for all that lovely introduction, and for all the speakers to follow. We're a little outnumbered by electronics today, so it's really nice to see everybody's smiles still coming through. It's great to be here. Thanks, everybody, for coming out and supporting me, and Becca, and Matt. It's great to have made it here with you guys. So let's get the show on the road. We're going to start off with a single shot of espresso. I chose Major Dickinson's blend. And I talked a lot about regionals, about this need I've been having to reconnect with things that I know are simple and solid. So with the competition creeping up on me, I knew in terms of coffee that meant me and Major needed to have a little bit of a rendezvous. So. Major, from the beginning, when I first started at Peet's, I really fell in love with it because it's good no matter how you brew it. And the complexity really lends itself to that amplified flavor profile that espresso gives you. It starts off, it's got a great creamy crema, a smooth body, very full, probably a little fast. And really, it does this thing, it's got kind of a nuttiness, but it starts juicy, so it's balanced. And it never gets too savory, it just tiptoes on the edge of it. There you go. And that's the thing about Major, is that it's really withstood time through the company. Over decades, really loyal customers just keep coming back and getting a pound of Major. And I think that's really telling. It's old reliable. It's exciting and dimensional, but it's secure. And got some nice dark colors in there. It looks promising. Okay, so next up I'm going to be making traditional cappuccinos. Traditional cappuccino it starts off with a secure base, a single shot of Major D, and then comes in the freshly steamed milk foam, poured with a little finesse into the serving cup to create a marbled experience in both presentation and in taste. I like to say that the sweetness of the milk kind of softens the espresso. A single shot of espresso can have a lot of edge. It's kind of an edgy drink. So, in the mornings when I start and it's a little early and I'm not feeling like I can handle the gumption of a single shot of espresso, I like drinking a trad cap because it's kind of like a sweet little whisper of good morning. And sometimes you just need that before you can engage with your day. And with Major, I like it in the traditional cappuccino because, I mean, the sweetness of the milk really balances and smooths out the acidity. And it pushes those juicier grapefruit kind of qualities forward. And then following with it, it's kind of that nutty finish. And it's very subtle. So something I want to share about an experience of being a finalist in this competition is, I mean, we got to do this barista workshop where we learned from and met with and tasted and conversed with all of the people that pretty much are responsible for this event. And, you know, at one point we got into this conversation of what it means to have connections. I mean, connections to the coffee, connections to the judges, to the machines, to your audience, as it were. And, you know, and what it means to hold that space, not just as a barista, but as a performer, as somebody who represents the company and what we do in the stores. And, you know, at one point I'm like, whoa, I'm just making coffee here. I don't need to put all this pressure on myself. But then, you know, at the same time, it's like I have a lot of respect for what I do and for what all of you do. And I really need to just take into consideration what that means to me. And really, when it comes down to it, it's like what I'm doing here in front of you really isn't very different from what I do in the stores every day. My role as a barista is really just to hold this space for you to have an experience, because I can't make you feel anything about it, you know. I want you to have your own connection to the coffee and the drink and me. I mean, that's really my favorite part about my job, is that authentic interaction that I have with customers every day, or with judges in this instance. So, I mean, cheers to you guys for keeping it simple with me. Appreciate it. We're in this together, kind of. All right, so on that note, let's move on to my signature beverage. Yes, as I said, I don't really believe in making you feel anything. I also don't really believe in creating something that's never existed. I really just wanted to let classic coffee drinks do the grunt work for me by just being what they are. And so I came to the Campana. I'm attracted to it because it's a balanced drink. It's got the sweetness of the whipped cream and the bitterness of the espresso. It's not just about the taste, though. It's also, I mean, even just in the temperature, it's like that cool whipped cream is warmed by the espresso. It's really pleasant. And I'm all about balance. And so of course, I needed to exercise my creative muscles and started really nurturing some thoughts about how I could make this drink my own. And along with my love of coffee comes my love of tea. And so I infused my whipped cream with a simple syrup that I made of blackcurrant. And the blackcurrant tea is great, just like Major, because it really, it's one of those teas I can recommend to customers when it's their first time at Peet's. And also, I mean, not just that, but if they're if they're new to tea drinking, it's great because the blackcurrant has a base of India teas that are really strong. And so it's not trampled by the blackcurrant flavor. And the essence of the blackcurrant in this case really brings out that juiciness of the espresso, the fruity quality. So like I said, I like to recommend it to customers who are first new to tea because it kind of, that fruitiness kind of gives it an approachability. So then you can really get used to it. Actually, if you actually want to pass this down and give it a little sniff, the coffee with the tea is really great. It kind of reminds me of like that tartness with kind of a chocolatey scent to it, like chocolate covered cherries in a way, except more like currants and less like cherries. And so with the con panna, what you get is, I mean, like I said, the fruitiness kind of brings out the fruitiness in the espresso. But you also get that nuttiness and that hint of chocolate like you did when you smelled it, especially after smelling it, really. And make sure you get a good slurp. It's a little bit of a messy drink to drink, but it's totally worth it. You got to get the whipped cream and the crema in there at the same time. Don't forget to slurp it. That's the best part. There you go. Thank you. All right. So once again, thanks everybody for coming. This has been a really great experience. Thanks for being in this very humid room. And thanks for all the support. Couldn't do it without you. time. Sorry, I was gonna like grab it. Where do I go? Thanks.
You did it.
Yeah, I did it.
That was so cool. Again, it's always nail biting to me. How do you feel?
I feel like I haven't processed it yet, so.
You haven't
yeah.
good.
But it was great. It was great.
So I was very interested to hear about, a lot of people have connections with coffee, but you seem to have a connection also with time of day or next activity, or where you're going to be in what space for the type of coffee.
Yeah, totally. Absolutely. We all have a connection to coffee. That's why we're here. But it's the reason we have the connections to the coffee is because of all those other things. We do this every day. So it's like you get to know it. It's like a friend. It's a relationship and you build on it.
Right. So I have this question, I come in and I know what I want in the morning, and a lot of customers do. Are you able to persuade them as you get to know them, like, this might be another great thing for you to try?
Sometimes, totally. I know at my store we've got a ton of regulars, and they do get into their routine and have their drinks that they like. But if something strikes me where I'm like, oh, you know what, you'd totally like this, then absolutely. It's like, and especially once you build that relationship with them too, they're more than willing to like see what you have to show them.
And you get to make a variety. So this was a very interesting signature drink combination. What made you think of that? Have you been making it at home personally, or did you experiment at Peet?
Yeah, I experimented at Peet's a lot. One of my old assistant managers, Sean Coots, who now works with Doug and Shireen, he used to infuse things with tea all the time, like different simple syrups and things, and we used to play around at the bar and make all kinds of drinks. And I really love the Campana. It's so good in a tiny little package. So I really just wanted to go with that. It's simple and good.
Yeah, it looked very great. Just to take the espresso and then infuse tea into the topping, which just seemed like a really neat idea. And to have both coffee and tea. So that's nice. So anything else you'd like to share with us?
I don't know.
You're still processing,
I'm
right?
just saying good luck to my competitors because it's so hard.
Well, that's what first is.
I know, right?
Now you get to enjoy the other two.
It's true. Yeah.
Okay. Is there any? Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank
and
you.
enjoy yourself for the rest of the day. Good luck.
Thanks.